I'm going to give you the ultimate linking resource because I've been getting tons of requests for videos on linking topics and off-page specifically. We're talking about your own PBN network. Yes, they still work extremely well. It works about as well as finding a loophole in Google's algorithm because, well, that's what we're doing. Stay until the end of the video and I'll tell you why my PBNs work better than everyone else. Stay tuned. Also, don't forget to check out my new SEO mind map at gregsformula.com, link in description. And really quick, for all of you who don't want to build your own PBN network, check out my linking resource below. Costa has tens of thousands of sites, and he's soon adding homepage links. That means you're going to have access to real sites with real traffic where you can put homepage links on all these sites. Absolutely amazing service. Even if you do build your own PBN network, I still recommend you sign up to that because he is the best linking provider in the entire world, and it's not even close. So let's go back to talking about PBNs. I'm going to answer all your questions here. Do you need relevant sites? How strong do they have to be? Can you use expired domains? How do I set them up? How do I do my hosting? How do the sites have to look? All this will be answered and much more. But I'm also going to keep it simple because that's what we do. First things first, you obviously need to buy sites to put them in your network. Now, I cover how to buy aged domains extensively in part 8 of the 5 million in commission series on our channel. So the way you find that video is go to our channel, click on playlist, click on the 5 million in commission series right here, view full playlist. And then it is going to be video number 8, how to research and analyze aged domains. This video can be used to, the same information can be used to find PBNs as well. It's the same process. So just watch that video for an in-depth information on how to find PBNs or aged domains. Really quickly, to sum up that video, I use Register Compass, and typically I search for sites that have a trust flow over 9, and for PBNs, a domain authority over 14. From there, there's all different ways you can filter the sites and look for them, but you're basically looking for sites that have healthy links. Again, I show how to analyze that in the video I just told you about. Now, I mentioned it in the video I covered in how to buy aged domains, but in case you didn't take the time to watch it, I do not buy expired domains. I only buy aged domains. These keep their age, and typically they're more powerful. See, the process is a domain is owned, and then once it's not renewed, it goes to auction. After the auction phase, it officially expires and then gets back to the regular domain registration pool. So if you look at that line there, it starts at owned. Once it's not renewed, it goes to aged domain auctions, and then if it's not picked there, then it's expired. So the reason that aged domains are more powerful and the better sites are found there is because it's before the expired domain phase. All of the better sites get picked up in the aged domain process, so that's where we typically want to find our sites. And there's really no reason to build a network with expired domains. For the reasons I just explained, they're almost always weaker sites, and then you're running the risk of an algorithm discounting the links before the registration date. And I'm not saying they currently do that, but an algorithm could easily go out and check the who is date and then discount all the links before the date in the who is registration information. So there's just no reason to mess with expired domains. I look at purchasing expired domains like adopting a mystery pet.
Who's that?
Expired domains. You hope for a cute puppy, but sometimes you end up with a raccoon or a full-size lion in your living room. Just get the cute puppy at auction. One of the big questions that I get concerning my PBN sites is, do they have to be relevant to the topic you're linking to? And the simple answer is
no.
If they are relevant, it can be more powerful and it can add more juice. But I'll say that most of my network is just general topics linking to whatever I want to link out to. I have a way to make them more relevant, and that's what I was talking about earlier, but you gotta wait till the end of the video to see that one. It's a huge trick. Also know the sites don't have to be super strong to work well. Obviously, if they are stronger, they can do more for you, right? They can move the needle more, but I have plenty of domains that are in the 20 to 30 referring domain range that kick ass. They really move the needle. And the cool thing is you can find plenty of sites in that range for $12 at GoDaddy. That's the same price as an expired domain. So why the hell would you go buy an expired domain when you can buy a more powerful aged domain at auction? And this is one of the big tricks that I teach my students is how to find age domains for like $12 that are really powerful, but again, they're still cheap. So really cool stuff. But again, just to make it clear, if you do buy more powerful sites, it can move the needle even more. But a lot of times you're not going to need that unless you're in really competitive niches. When I set up my PBN sites, I keep it very simple. I simply keep a blog roll on the home page that shows the whole post. Note that you can change the settings that, determines how many posts are showed on the home page. You can always change that if you need to. Set it to whatever you need, but you have to make sure the whole post is showing so you get credit for a homepage link. That's the whole reason we build these things, for the homepage link. If you don't do that and you end up getting an inner page link on a PBN, that's like building a mansion and then having a shed next to it and living in the shed. That would make absolutely no sense unless you're like hiding from your wife. Then it may be smart. Otherwise, make sure the link is appearing on the home page. We want to live in the mansion. That's why we built it, as long as the wife isn't trying to stab us in our sleep. I've been building these networks for over 10 years now, and I've never noticed a site penalized for how it looks, where I've never had a PBN penalized to what I can account for like a manual penalty. All of my penalties that I've gotten on my PBNs, I've been able to track algorithmically, where it had nothing to do with the look of the site. So with that said, I'll tell you, all my PBNs look like PBN. They look pretty bad. They look horrible. But I will also give you advice to not be like me in that aspect. If you take your time to make your PBNs look like real money sites, it can only help. I've found you don't have to make your PBNs look good, but I like the idea of putting the extra time into it for those that are willing to. I'm just a lazy piece of shit. Don't be like me. Make your sites look good if possible. When I link out from my PBNs, I personally like to have 1,000 words of content for at least every one link going out. I found that too many links with too little content will 100% get you penalized. Let's just take an example. So if I throw up just a 1,000-word article and I link out to like 8 different domains from that 1,000-word article, you are almost definitely going to get penalized. That PBN is almost definitely going to take a hit. So keep your word count to linking out ratio in check. And I do use outbound authority links on my PBNs, and I kind of keep this number random. Generally, I'll have like 1 to 3 outbound authority links for every money site link that I link out to. So to find my outbound authority links that I'm going to be linking to, I'll simply just go to Google and do a search for something that's in the article, and then I'll take one of the top 10 ranking sites and make that my outbound link. Because if Google ranks a site in the top 10 for a term, well, they're very trusted for that term. And of course, when you link out to them, you're putting your site you're linking out to in a group with sites that are already seen as healthy. Now that we know how to post to our PBNs and kind of the different rules I follow, let's talk about the big part, and that's hosting. So when it comes to PBN networks, I've literally done it all. Okay. And unfortunately, I've taken shortcuts before on hosting, and it has cost me big time. I used to use SEO hosting way back in the day, and because of the shortcut, this led to me losing over $1 million network. And on top of that, all the sites that were being linked to now had bad links going to them as well. So not only did I lose $1 million plus network, but all the sites that were being linked out to from that network were also negatively affected. I pretty much had to start from scratch. So although there's other ways to do the hosting from what I'm about to show you, some of them I'm not so sure about, and I'm not willing to take shortcuts anymore. And I think what I'm going to show you is the safest and the most effective way to build a long-term, long-standing private blog network. And again, remember, this is coming from someone who has spent a lot of time and money building private networks and got totally wiped out. I will not let that happen again. So here's how I do my hosting. Okay, so the way I do my hosting is I buy small hosts on shared hosting like HostGator and Bluehost and PowerSurge hosting, and then I'll put a whole bunch of sites on the host, and then I start linking out. And I'm going to describe the way I do this in all my rules. But this is my spreadsheet I use. So typically I'll have my host here, then all the sites I have on that host under it. And of course I have my PBN, the stats for the PBN, so like how powerful it is, the trust flow and all that, what category it's in. Is it ready to be posted on? Like how far in the setup process am I is basically what that touches on. If there's already a post on there, so for example, this site right here has 1 post on it and there's 4 articles. The registrar, the PBN's on, the name servers, and then what money site is being linked out to. Now, this one right here is everything the same, except it has no money sites being linked out to, as you can see right here. Now, I didn't fill out the information for the rest of these because this is just like a dummy spreadsheet, but you get the picture. All this would be filled out. And I don't only have 3 hosts, right? I have over 100 hosts. What I recommend if you're first starting a blog network, just start with like 3 to 5 hosts. Okay, that's going to cost you 30, maybe $50 a month, and that's a good starting point. You're not going to need a ton of hosts when you first start. As you grow, you start adding more and more hosts, and you get more resources that you can start building. But like my network may cost like $2,000 a month in hosting, but that's really nothing compared to what it brings back to me in terms of revenue from what I link out to from my PBN. So just be aware of that. Start small and then slowly build up. But this is how I organize my spreadsheets. Okay, now I'll get a small shared hosting like HostGator, for example, and I'll put a certain number of sites on there. Some of my hosts have 10 sites on them, some have 20, some have 30. It just depends on what I need in that current situation. You'll understand more in just a second here. So again, once I have a site, I list it on here. I list the stats, the category. I start putting some content on there. I list, is it ready to go? Is there a money site post on there? And all that data is within my spreadsheet. Now, this next part is really important. Okay, this is the rules for PBNs and keeping them safe. So you see I'm linking out the money site one here from site.com on HostGator. Now, because I'm linking out to a site on HostGator already to money site one, you have to be aware you cannot link out to money site one again from any of these sites. Once money site one is linked out to from a site on HostGator, it cannot be used again. I cannot link out the money site one again from site 4 or site 5 or 3 or 2 on HostGator. HostGator is done for money site one. If I want to link out to money site one again, I have to use a site on Bluehost or I have to use a site on PowerSurge. So for example, if I use site 4 on Bluehost and I link out to moneysite1.com, well, I'm now done with Bluehost. I cannot link out to moneysite1.com again from any of these 3 sites because they're on the same host. So although you can put as many sites as you want on a single host, you can only link to one money site per host. All right. And that's kind of how the resources can really get spread out. If you have a whole bunch of money sites that you can link to, well, it's going to be cheaper for you to buy to build a PBN network because you could put 20 sites on HostGator, link to 20 different money sites or 20 different properties, and it's only going to cost you like $10 a month, right? That's like 50 cents per site or link out. So it's very, very cheap. Now, if you have less sites to link to, well, you may only be able to put like 3 or 4 sites on each host. Again, it's going to cost you a little more. So it depends on where your linking resources are, but typically I recommend people start with at least 3 hosts. That way they can have at least 3 places they can link to for each property, and then you can build on that as you need to. Now, one of the other big rules that I want to talk about is linking the money sites together. So if you can link to multiple money sites from the same site. So for example, this site, site.com from HostGator, already has moneysite1.com being linked out to. I can also link out to another money site on this host. The first thing I want to make sure is that my content to link out ratio is good enough, right? Again, I do about one link per 1,000 words. Now, the other thing you want to consider is that if you're linking out to another money site, it cannot be on the same host as money site one, okay? So if moneysite1.com is on like WPX hosting, and then moneysite2.com is also on WPX hosting, especially if it's the same IP on the same server, you do not want to link to those 2 money sites together. So that's another thing you have to be aware of. Although you can link to 2 different money sites or more on the same PBN, you do not want those money sites to be on the same server or the same IP. Okay, but you can link to them together. Now, if you do that and they're on different servers or whatever the case is, I wouldn't keep repeating that pattern. So for example, if you link to moneysite1.com and 2.com here, well, I wouldn't do it here and here and there and there and there and keep doing that same pattern over and over. Try to link to different money sites together. Like, so for example, if I link to money site 1 here and 2, well, maybe here I link to money site 1 and 3, right? Don't keep doing the same pattern of the same sites being linked to each time you do links, all right? So those are some of the big rules for PBNs where you want to keep yourself safe. And that is how you safely build a PBN network. And again, if that was too much for you, check out the linking resource below. Costa has homepage links coming with tens of thousands of resources on real sites with real traffic, and he already has all the footprint stuff built in. I have my own large PBN network, and I'm still going to be using that. You guys got to check that out. So for those of you who are building the PBN network, yes, the way I showed with the hosting is more time consuming and maybe a little bit more expensive, but it's the safest way. You do not want to get wiped out like I did. You do not want to take shortcuts and lose everything because of little shortcuts or like $20 less a month. Take that from someone who has lost everything. It is a pound to the face. It is not fun at all. And for those of you who stayed the whole video, it's time to share my trick with you. And again, this is absolutely huge. It will wipe out your competition. If they're using PBNs and you use PBNs and you do what I'm about to tell you, you will destroy them, okay, considering you had the same power. So the trick is you change the homepage title of your PBNs, and you change those homepage titles to be relevant to whatever you're going to be linking out to. Remember, Google reads the metadata of the links that are pointing to your site. So if Google sees a powerful homepage link coming to your site, and then the title of that homepage matches the relevancy of your site, that's a big added boost. And that's one of the ways I make my non-relevant PBNs relevant, and it works extremely well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, make sure you put them below. Also, give me some new video ideas. And don't forget to check out gregsformula.com. I got my new SEO mind map there, totally free. Link in description. Or don't, whatever. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm out of here.